We are going to begin with this breaking news out of Israel, though. A newly released report this morning, the country is admitting to making a, quote, grave mistake in the strikes that killed 7 aid workers in Gaza earlier this week. In response, the country's military has fired 2 members of its armed forces for their role in the incident. Now, the IDF says the incident should not have occurred and that the strike on the aid vehicle was, quote, a mistake stemming from a serious failure due to mistaken identification and errors in decision-making. And following a tense call between President Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, the Israeli government announced that it will open 3 aid corridors into Gaza. These were specifically requested by Biden during that conversation. He warned Netanyahu that future U.S. support would depend on Israel's action to protect civilians and aid workers in Gaza. A move that Senator Chris Coons, one of the president's allies and top Democratic supporters of Israel, is also backing.
I've never expressed before these last few weeks a willingness to condition aid, and it is on these narrow conditions. If Netanyahu were to go ahead without making any provision for getting civilians out of harm's way, for providing humanitarian aid in this unique circumstance where you've got 1 million civilians who've relocated to Rafah because Israel told them that's where they could go safely, that has reluctantly brought me to this point.
Well, the White House described the call between Biden and Netanyahu as being candid and frank. President Biden also called for an immediate ceasefire in the conflict. Our Holly Williams is following the latest from Israel.
Israel's military says it wrongly believed that a militant was inside one of the World Central Kitchen vehicles. It says after striking that car, it identified people moving to the second car, which it also hit, and then the third, killing all 7 aid workers. The report also found that the Israeli military's cameras failed to detect the markings on the World Central Kitchen vehicles. It confirms in large part the account of the attack given earlier this week by Chef Jose Andres, World Central Kitchen's founder.
They were targeted systematically, car by car.
Israel also confirmed that World Central Kitchen was coordinating its movements in Gaza with the military.
All I can say at the moment is to offer my apologies and say that we share in the grief.
Despite the deaths of the aid workers, a spokesman for Israel's government insisted yesterday that Israel is setting a, quote, new gold standard in preventing civilian casualties.
Yet, President Biden has said that this was not a standalone incident and Israel has not done enough to protect civilians. I mean, is that a wake-up call for Israel?
Our fight is with Hamas, not the people of Gaza, and we will do our utmost to limit civilian casualties on both sides.
But the medical aid group Doctors Without Borders said yesterday it does not accept the incident was simply a mistake, claiming it's part of a pattern of deliberate attacks.
Humanitarian workers are protected. No ifs, no buts. We do not accept the narrative of regrettable incidents.
In a phone call yesterday between President Biden and Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the president said US policy on Gaza will depend on Israel taking steps to reduce civilian harm and address the safety of aid workers. After that, Israel said it would increase aid deliveries to Gaza, including through Ashdod Port and the Erez crossing, the main checkpoint in northern Gaza that Hamas attacked on October 7th, closed since the beginning of the war.
So joining me now with more analysis on these developments is CBS News contributor Robert Berger. Robert, it's really good to see you again. So we heard in Holly's package sort of the results of this investigation, but I'm curious about your sort of take on this investigation. What stood out to you?
Well, I think the main point is that Israel is denying charges by the World Central Kitchen and others in the international community who say that this was deliberate. That they're saying that they didn't deliberately target a humanitarian aid group, that they wouldn't do that, that this was completely in violation of army procedures. And they explained that they had seen 2 Hamas gunmen in the area and mistakenly thought that they had gotten into those vehicles and that they were actually firing at Hamas. They didn't recognize the logo of the World Central Kitchen. Having said that, they should have, according to the Army, and that's why you have 2 senior commanders dismissed and another reprimanded.
I want to talk about the opening of these aid corridors. Actually, let me ask you about something else. There are reports that CIA Director William Burns is traveling back to the Middle East this weekend, for further talks on possible hostage release and a ceasefire deal. I mean, where do things stand? It seems like every other day we were talking about hostage release and ceasefire, and then it's gone sort of radio silence.
It's been a roller coaster. These talks have been going on for a while now. We've had the CIA director just this week in Cairo. We've had an Israeli delegation with the head of the Mossad, Israel's spy agency, but they pretty much came back empty-handed. Now, the fact that the CIA director is going back suggests that maybe there's some movement, but according to Hamas, there isn't. And the sticking point is this: what's on the table is a 6-week ceasefire in exchange for about 40 Israeli hostages. That would be in the first stage of a deal. But Hamas isn't happy with the idea of a 6-week ceasefire. It wants a complete end to the war and an Israeli pullout from Gaza, and that's something that Israel categorically rejects.
All right, Robert, thank you.
Thank you.